Miranda, I have a really simple question for you. What is your secret? I mean, your podcast so far, you have had Donald Trump, you have had Susie Wiles, you have had Tulsi Gabbard, you've had Eric Adams. I mean, just an incredible guest list. But thinking about your ability to talk to and to pry information really out of this administration, what do you think is your secret? How do you, for example, get somebody who's so tight-lipped, like Susie Wiles, to sit down and for 40 minutes go back and forth with you? Tell us maybe the backstory behind that interview, because I bet it's a good example of how you do this.
Yeah, look, I think just the New York Post brand is the secret because that's Donald Trump's hometown paper and he does have a soft spot for it. I mean, it hasn't always been the easiest relationship, I think, between the Post and Donald Trump, but it's been a long-term one, and he is, he does think of it with some fondness, and so that's part of it. And I think maybe the laptop from hell connection, that meant that I was known to a lot of these the people who are in the administration and to the president, who very kindly endorsed the first book, and Laptop from Hell is his title. He coined that fantastic title. So he had a part in it. So there's that. And then with Susie Wiles, she was very difficult. She really very rarely gives interviews. But I think I'd done an interview with Monica Crowley, who's a friend, and was she's just so charming and lovely. And it's so very easy to chat to her like a friend. And I feel like I'd had requests in to Susie Wiles over and over, but I felt there was a softening after the Monica Crowley interview, maybe because maybe Susie Wiles saw that, I wasn't going to try to do gotcha questions or extract unfairly information from her that she didn't want to give. I don't think, it's a very different, and I'm learning because I've not done this before. It's a very different kind of genre of, I don't know, journalism, offshoot of journalism. I'm used to interviewing people. I've been doing that, for decades, but usually it's with a desire to get an angle on a story, get quotes for a story, get information for a story.
Right.
Sometimes it'll be off the record or whatever. And occasionally you do a profile, which is a little softer, I guess. But this is different because in a podcast, you're not looking for a headline. You're not looking for a gotcha. You're really looking to establish a rapport with the person and get to know them.